Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and I'm just going to do a real quickie review here of the HBO original film, My Dinner with Herve. It's got Peter Dinklage and Jamie Dornan, and it tells basically the tragic last couple of days of Herve Villechaise's life as he tells his story to a reporter who is basically on his way out the door at his place of business. And this is kind of like his desperate interview that he has to give. He's supposed to do one with Gore Vidal. It fails. He's got this to fall back on, and he's, you know, recovering alcoholic, and this is kind of like his last shot at keeping his job and doing something. And he kind of feels like the interview with Herve is just kind of a slap in the face because, you know, they make, you know, insert midget dwarf joke here for, you know, what these people, what he thinks right now of this story. And what he gets is a My Dinner with, you know, like, this is one of those movies where, you know, two people talk all the, you know, and talk about the past and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to diss this movie on that kind of like simple premise, because this is all about character. And it's a good character piece. And I'm bringing it, I felt like the need to review this so that people do watch this, because while Peter Dinklage doesn't look anything really like Herve Villechaize, which, so there you go, not all little people look alike, but he does an incredible performance as is. I mean, this, you know, trying to, first, I mean, you can't do a Herve Villechaize movie without getting that voice right, and he nails the voice. And I know that that's like, you know, small potatoes maybe considered, you know, like, oh, he just studied him and everything, but he does a really good job of just becoming this person that he doesn't really look like. And Jamie Dornan, you know, again, another reason I was doing this review is because while the 50 Shades movies may be some of the most terrible things ever put to screen, the guy can act. He's a good actor. He's great on The Fall. He was even good for the small stint he had on Once Upon a Time. If you remember, he played the huntsman. I shouldn't remember that. But I mean, the guy can act when he, you know, he's given good material. And so for the two performances alone, this movie is really worth it. I think it's a really nice and sad story. I mean, the guy committed suicide, spoiler alert, in real life. And, you know, just what it was like for him, how his family treated him. Because it's a really interesting thing, you know, knowing, you know, you'd think you just see somebody who just points out the plane, and, you know, we just kind of dismiss these, you know, we dismiss things. They're a trend, and then they go away, and then you hear about that he died later, and it's just like, oh, that's sad, but, you know, we move on with their lives. It's nice to know the details, you know, to make this person a human being, not just this little, basically, what do you call it, like a catchphrase, that there's a person in there, you know, for all the times that people walk up to people and make, you know, famous people say that line, sing that song, dance for me, monkey. You know, this is one of those movies that, you know, tries to show you that they were more than just the catchphrase. And, you know, warts and all, too. They don't shy away from showing that, you know, he went the ups and downs of Hollywood. And yes, yeah, we've seen that story like a million times, but it never gets old when it's done right. And it is a little cliche, but I mean, sometimes life is cliche. The reason these Hollywood stories go the way they do is because that's a lot of the way things go in Hollywood. Not like I know from experience or anything, but some of the casting, like, there's a couple of people in here that don't really get much to do. David Strathairn's in this, and he's really good, but he doesn't really get that much to do. Though I can't pronounce her name. She was from The Killing. She's fine in this, but she gets almost nothing to do. She's just kind of another person in his life, in Herve's life. Andy Garcia plays Ricardo Montalban, and I gotta say, this was the only casting that was like, I know that Peter Dinklage doesn't look like Herve Villachez, but he acts like him. Andy Garcia can pull off looking kind of like Ricardo Montalban, but he cannot act like him at all. He sounds like Andy Garcia doing an impersonation of Ricardo Montalban, but like a Saturday Night Live skit, like an exaggeration kind of, not even a good one. And I love Andy Garcia, but he just couldn't. There's something about Ricardo Montalban that he did not have that, and that's whatever, because he's not in it that much, but it just made me, every time he was on there, I was like, man, you're not doing a good job at this. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this movie made me feel like a lot of things, though, because it is got that sad, ending, how he felt like, mad at his fame at times, and that he wasn't ever bigger than what he, the Fantasy Island thing, and being, known for the plane, and everybody, making you do that and everything. And it's like, it made me think about, because they play the Verve's Bittersweet Symphony at the end, and it's kind of like Fantasy Island was Herve's one-hit wonder, and that song's kind of like a one-hit wonder. And it's kind of sad that that a lot of people that want to be famous are only known for one thing. And what I take away from that is, a lot of us, we don't even have that one thing that makes people remember us. And so even though people know him as Tattoo and the plane, at least he is remembered. He will carry on as long as people remember. Most of us don't even have anything like that in our lives that we can go, that's why we have kids and things, like somebody like me, I don't have anything that anybody's going to remember. I don't have that song, that catchphrase or anything, so it puts life into perspective to kind of be happy with what you have. I don't know. That's about it, though. I don't want to get any deeper. I've already made this video longer, I think, than I was even intending to. But anyway, this is Robin Smirking and Review saying, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Otherwise, we will see you on the next video. Watch this movie, though, because it's really good. Bye.